You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Republican fact-checked, live on air for giving Trump a pass on investigations based on an article by Sarah K. Burris. Oversight for me, immunity for thee, the power center. But James Comer sits in the chair that is supposed to pry open misconduct, not launder it. Pamela Brown pressed him on two things the source makes plain: the Justice Department's mishandling of Epstein-related files and Trump's Freedom 250 operation, which appears to blend patriotic branding with donor access and personal profit. That is the actual terrain here: institutional power, access, and who gets examined. The dodge. Comer did what powerful partisans do when asked to apply standards evenly. He changed the subject. He leaned on a familiar excuse about so many states and coordination problems, even though the FBI sits inside the Justice Department and exists precisely to manage multi-state investigations. That is not confusion. It is a rhetorical fog machine. Selective ethics. Brown's sharper point was about hypocrisy. Comer has spent time raising alarms about influence peddling under Biden, yet suddenly develops a striking tolerance for monetized presidential branding when the beneficiary is Trump. His defense boiled down to this: if the grift is visible, it becomes acceptable. If it is hidden, then maybe it deserves scrutiny. That is not an ethics standard. It is permission structure. The normalization of grift. The source describes Trump selling coins for thousands and offering donor access at premium prices while the event is framed as non-political and seemingly without oversight. Comer's answer was not that this behavior is clean, only that he has not seen any law making it illegal. That is the lowest possible bar. If something has not yet been nailed down in court, the political class pretends the conduct is irrelevant. By that logic, every abuse gets a head start. The real misdirection. Comer also reached for the oldest escape hatch in American politics: voters can decide at the polls. That line is convenient for people who do not intend to act. It turns oversight into spectator sport and ethics into a campaign talking point. The institution he leads is not supposed to wait for voters to clean up what Congress refuses to examine. The pattern. This story is not about one combative interview. It is about asymmetry and accountability. Trump's side monetizes power while insisting the behavior is just business, and its congressional defenders retreat into procedural excuses, partisan memory, and selective outrage. The governing principle is simple: punish the weak, excuse the allied, and call the gap between them politics. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternate for today's article with the automated voice of LJ. Thanks for listening.